In a small town nestled among green mountains, there was a little bookstore. It was called Words and Wonders. The store was run by a kind man named Raghav and his daughter Aanya. Their bookstore was a cozy place. It smelled of old paper and fresh ink. Sunlight would stream through the front window, lighting up dust motes dancing in the air. People from the town loved to visit. They came for stories and for the warm smiles that Raghav and Aanya always shared. It was more than just a shop. It was the heart of their small community, a place where stories lived. Raghav and Aanya were a team. They did everything together. They stacked new books on the shelves. They recommended stories to their customers. They drank hot chocolate on cold afternoons. Anya's mother had passed away when she was very young. Raghav had raised Aanya on his own, surrounded by the magic of books. He read to her every night, filling her world with tales of adventure and wonder. Their bond was strong, built on love, stories, and the quiet understanding that only a father and daughter can share. They were each other's whole world, but a quiet sadness lived in their cozy bookstore. Aanya was sick. Her illness was a shadow that followed her, a constant whisper in their happy life. Some days, it was hard for her to get out of bed. The pain was like a heavy blanket she couldn't shake off. Raghav knew his daughter was hurting, and it broke his heart. He would look at her, so full of life and light, and feel a deep ache inside. He wanted to take all her pain away, to make everything okay again, but he knew he couldn't. It was a silent battle they fought every single day. To protect each other, they built a wall of smiles. Aanya never complained. She would greet her father each morning with a bright "Good morning, Papa," even when she felt weak. She didn't want him to worry more than he already did. Raghav in turn would whistle cheerful tunes and tell her funny stories. He hid his own tears, his own fears, behind a brave face. He wanted her days to be filled with as much joy as possible. They both knew the truth, but they pretended for each other. Their love was a quiet agreement to be strong, to find happiness in the small moments they had together. Aanya had a secret dream. It was a simple wish, but it felt as big as the sky. She dreamed of seeing the sea. In her books, the ocean was a place of endless blue and constant motion. It was powerful and peaceful all at once. She imagined the salty air on her face and the sound of waves crashing on the shore. The mountains surrounding her town were beautiful, but they also felt like walls. Aanya longed to see something vast and open, something without an end. The sea was a symbol of freedom, a place where her spirit could run wild. This dream gave her a purpose. She knew the journey would be expensive, and she didn't want to be a burden to her father. So she started a small project of her own. Aanya loved to write poems. Her words were simple but full of feeling. She wrote about the sun, the mountains, the kindness of strangers, and the love she felt for her father. She created a little blog online and started sharing her poems. She called it Anya's Pocketful of Words. She hoped that maybe, just maybe, people would like her poems enough to help make her dream come true. Slowly, people started to find her blog. They read her poems and were touched by her hopeful words. They were simple verses about finding light in dark places. Readers from all over sent small donations. A little bit here, a little bit there. Aanya kept all the money in a small wooden box under her bed. Every night she would count it. Each coin and each bill was a step closer to the ocean. It was her secret project, her own little bit of magic. It made her feel strong and capable, like the heroes in her father's stories. One evening, Raghav found the box. He didn't say anything at first. He just sat on her bed and read the poems on her blog. Tears filled his eyes as he read her words of hope and courage. He saw her dream, her hard work, and her incredible strength. He realized she wasn't just his little girl anymore. She was a writer, a dreamer, a force of nature. That night, he hugged her tighter than ever before. He told her they would see the ocean together. Her dream was now his dream too. They would make it happen. The journey to the sea was an adventure. Raghav closed the bookstore for a week. He packed their small car with blankets, snacks, and Anya's favorite books. As they drove away from their mountain town, Aanya looked out the window with wide eyes. The world seemed to open up before them. The towering peaks slowly gave way to rolling hills and then flat, open plains. Each mile was a new page in their story. Raghav played Anya's favorite songs, and they sang along, their voices filling the car with happiness. The trip itself was a gift. The first time Aanya saw the ocean, she was speechless. It was bigger and more beautiful than any picture in her books. The water stretched out to the horizon, a vast expanse of shimmering blue meeting the sky. Raghav helped her out of the car, and she took a deep breath. The air was different here. It was salty and fresh and full of life. She closed her eyes and just listened. The sound of the waves was like a gentle lullaby, a constant rhythm that seemed to wash away all her worries and all her pain. They spent the day on the beach. Aanya walked barefoot in the sand, feeling the soft grains between her toes. She dipped her feet into the cool water, laughing as the waves tickled her ankles. Raghav watched her, his heart full of a bittersweet joy. He saw a peace in her eyes that he hadn't seen in a long time. She was not a sick girl here. She was just a girl at the sea, free and happy. They built a small sandcastle and decorated it with shells. They sat together and watched the sunset, painting the sky in colors of orange, pink, and gold. That day by the sea brought a profound peace to Aanya. It was as if the great wide ocean understood her. It held her worries and carried them away with the tide. She felt connected to something ancient and powerful. As night fell, she rested her head on her father's shoulder. "Thank you, Papa," she whispered. "It's even better than I dreamed." In that moment, there was no sickness, no sadness. There was only the sound of the ocean, the warmth of her father's love, and a feeling of complete and utter peace. Her dream had come true. Not long after their trip to the sea, Aanya grew weaker. The peace of the ocean stayed with her, but her body was tired. She spent her days in her cozy bed, surrounded by her books and the love of her father. Raghav never left her side. He read to her, held her hand, and told her stories of their time at the beach. Aanya was not afraid. She felt calm. She had seen her dream. She had lived a life full of love. One quiet morning, with the sun streaming through her window, she passed away peacefully in her sleep. Raghav's world went silent. The bookstore felt empty without her laughter. The colors of the world seemed to fade. His heart was a hollow space filled with grief. He sat in her room for days, holding her favorite book, unable to move. Then, one afternoon, while tidying her desk, he found a letter. It was in an envelope with his name written in her familiar, looping handwriting. With trembling hands, he opened it. The letter was her final goodbye, her last story for him. It was full of love, gratitude, and one final, important wish. In the letter, Aanya wrote about her love for him and for their life in the bookstore. She told him not to be sad for too long. "My story isn't over, Papa," she wrote. "It's just starting a new chapter." She asked him to take their shared love for stories and give it to other children. Her wish was simple and clear. "Turn our bookstore into a place for kids who need hope," she wrote. "Fill it with light and laughter. Let every child who walks in feel the magic we shared. Let them have their own dreams, Papa." Her words were a beacon of light in his darkness. Aanya didn't want him to live in a world of sadness. She wanted him to build a world of hope. Her final wish was not for herself, but for others. She wanted the joy and comfort she found in stories to be a gift for every child, especially those who might be fighting their own battles. Her love was so big, it couldn't be contained in just one lifetime. It had to be shared. Raghav read the letter again and again, and through his tears, he found a new purpose. He would honor her wish. Raghav found strength in Anya's last wish. He began the slow and loving work of transforming their bookstore. He painted the walls in bright, cheerful colors. He brought in small chairs and colorful rugs. He filled the shelves not with books to sell, but with books to share. He turned Words and Wonders into Anya's Library of Hope, a free library for the children of the town. It was a place built from love and memory, a testament to a daughter's beautiful heart. The spirit of their cozy bookstore was still there, but now it was bigger and brighter. The library opened on a sunny spring day, 1 year after their trip to the sea. The children of the town came, their eyes wide with excitement. They ran their hands over the spines of the books. They sat on the colorful rugs and lost themselves in tales of dragons, stars, and faraway lands. Raghav sat in his usual chair, but now he was reading stories aloud to a circle of eager little faces. He saw Anya's smile in every child's laugh. He felt her presence in the happy energy that now filled the room. Her dream of spreading hope was coming true. The library became the new heart of the town. It was a safe haven, a place of magic and possibility. Parents would bring their children, grateful for a place that nurtured imagination and kindness. Raghav shared Anya's story with them, not the sad parts but the hopeful parts. He told them about a girl who loved stories, who dreamed of the sea, and who believed in the power of hope. Her poems were framed on the wall, inspiring everyone who read them. Anya's spirit lived on in the whispers of turning pages and the dreams of young readers. One afternoon, a little boy who had just finished reading one of Anya's poems came up to Raghav. He was holding a piece of paper with his own drawing on it. It was a picture of the ocean. "I want to see the sea one day too," the boy said with a shy smile. Raghav's heart swelled with love. He looked at the boy and saw the unending circle of hope. Anya's story was not an ending. It was a beginning. Her light had not gone out. It had simply been passed on, igniting new dreams in the hearts of others, one story at a time.